Welcome back to the Chaos, everyone. ChaosEclipse here. We are back on World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade, and hopefully we're about to hit 70. So as you can see, I'm 69. Down in the bottom right, we had a little bit of rested XP, and I have two quests to turn in. The rested XP isn't going to matter. I don't know if I explained this before. Probably way late if I haven't, but basically rested XP does not give you extra XP for quest turn in. It only works during like killing of mobs. Actually, it says it right down there while I have it highlighted. 200% of normal experience gained from monsters. So basically anything you're killing. But yeah, we should still get 70 off of turning in these two quests. We are currently in Netherstorm. This is my favorite area here. Um, yeah, the next one should give it to us, hopefully, question mark. If not, then we're gonna have to do like one other thing or maybe kill a couple things. But if it doesn't, we'll be extremely close. So, like I said, this is my favorite area just because the design and everything, like it's like broken up floating land masses basically. I'm not so keen on like the color of the place. The entire thing is like purple. Inside of these domes that you'll see, it is like a little bit more naturey, if that's the word. Like there's actually green grass in there. You can kind of see it over there. You'll see it when we get in there, but you can see it over there. You can see natural green trees and everything. There's actually animals and stuff in here, but out here it's all like it's like dead and there's like electric flying eels and stuff like that. I don't know what else to call them. Like that mana rays. That one's called a mana snapper. I don't know. He's glitched out. He's going down. He's technically falling because normally I don't know how he got over there. Normally they stay up here and that one's on the ground, but it's like flying, and he's like not on the ground, so he's like just falling. I guess he's gonna die in a second. I don't know how that happened with an NPC. This is normally what they look like. But then you come in here and you'll see like actual like that right there, like a tall buck and stuff like that. Some of them are like not even hostile, and then you have the ones that are hostile, just kind of like anywhere else. There's plants in here. There's other stuff. Like I think one area has like felines that look kind of like a lynx or whatever. I don't remember what they're called, like mountain lions almost. But anyway, um, not much has changed. We did get some new gear, but not much. I mean, I can just kind of hover over everything here. You guys can see my gear is not good. All the gear we've been getting has been from. We're still using the same staff, by the way. All the gear that we've been using, or that we've been getting, I should say, has been from questing only. Like I have not gotten anything uh, from what's it called? From doing dungeons or anything. I still haven't even set foot in one. And then I still have these gloves. I never found a good enough glove to replace them out of the quests. It could be a quest that I skipped over because I mean, like I said before, some of them and some of the other areas, like over here and stuff, like these. Well, that one we talked about that. There's an NPC that's supposed to be there, and I never see them. But some of these other quests are like group quests, and I just never went back to them. I was done with the area. I asked a couple times. No one said they would help me, so I just left. Now I could probably go back and solo them, um, which I'll probably do just for the gold. Speaking of gold, we're at 532. I was, believe it or not, I was up to, technically, we would be at like 2,000 right now. I was up to 1,500, and I spent a whole bunch of gold on adamantite ore to be able to try to get gems and stuff. And then the money that I made from that, I actually bought a few new things, like a few new recipes to be able to cut the gems. Because you can see here, the Star of Elune by itself is selling for 21. But I found this recipe in the auction house that does spell penetration. It sells for 45. And I had like two or three of these. So I was like, well, if I'm going to sell these, like, why would I do it for 21 when I can spend like 100 gold on the recipe for this? Yes, the recipe was like 100 gold. I don't think I spent more than 100. There might have been one I spent like 100 something on, which was one of the Dawn Stones. Um, but I bought quite a bit of them. And I figure if instead of selling these for 21, I can cut three of them, sell them for 45. Unfortunately, not really many of these sold, even though I got the recipes for them. Um, yeah, see that one? That's the Talasite that I was telling you guys about. It only sells for 5, and then this cut one only sells for 7. This one sells for 14. So I bought ones that obviously are going to give me a boost. We have the Wicked Topaz here. This one, the normal one, sells for 46. The recipe I got sells for 70. Well, not the recipe, but the cut gem. After learning the recipe, sells for 70. Royal Knight's Eye. Knight's Eye sells for 15. This one sells for 17. This one here, I think, is the one that I spent the most on. Maybe it wasn't a Dawnstone. So it sells for 82 normal, and that one sells for 90. So a lot of tanks are going to be using the Dodge rating there. And then here's a lot of the Dawnstones that I bought. So the Dawnstone, you can see normally sells for 28. I bought one that sells for 33, one that sells for 35, 35, 38, and 25. So yeah, that one was a bit of a losing one. I think it was higher before. Or maybe I was thinking when I bought it, maybe I was thinking Spell Crit was this other one. This where'd it go? It's not either one of those. This one? Yeah, Spell Pen. So I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn in this quest and see if we can get 70 here. Oh, we got 2 quests. Perfect. This will definitely give it to us. Still not good gloves. Those are not for me. So what I do, because we have the auctionator that shows us how much each one of these items sell for. So you can see these gloves sell for right there at the bottom of that little block. It says that the vendor will buy them for 1 gold, 45 silver. This one for 4 gold, 39 silver, and this one for 2 gold, 56 silver. So what I've been doing with quests like this, if nothing here is going to benefit me, is like for me to wear it. I'll just get the most expensive one and then I'll just vendor the item so I can complete that. We did not get 70, but this one will give us 70. We are literally a hair away. So about 400 there. That's not right. About, oh wait, that's like 2,000. I mean, it should still give it to us. So, hey, look at that. We got 12,000 out of that. We only needed 2. All right, so level 70, we can put our last talent point in. So this is what I did. I maxed this out, which actually I think you guys know about that. But I maxed this out so that we can have a 100% chance to get 40 energy every time we go into cat form. And then I will put my last point into feral aggression for the extra. Well, shit. I'm still iffy about this. I don't know if I should go this one, which will technically give us 2% of our health when we critically hit, or if we should go with this. But honestly, even in PvP, like I think I even want to take the point out of this, and maybe I should just go 2 here. I might reset it again and just do that, and that'll be my 70. So I'll have 2 in here and nothing in that one. Mainly because so the ferocious bite is what I'm looking at in this. If I can get it to crit, it crits really hard and it crits good. The problem is on a because I'm mainly focusing on PvP here when I'm thinking about this. The problem is that even with PvP, it's really hard to build up your combo points in order to get that ferocious bite off. And even if you build up your combo points, more than likely you want to put the rip on them first right here, because it's going to do damage over time. The Ferocious Bite is a good finisher. However, if you were close to death anyway and you put that rip on them, there's a chance, if they're low on health, there's a chance that they still might die from bleeding to death. Unless they're a healer, then they're just going to out heal it. But if they're not, like say it's a rogue or something like that, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. And if he doesn't know to use bandages or something, then, or if he doesn't have like health potions, then he's going to die from your bleed. Where the ferocious bite, if it doesn't crit, you just wasted your energy and you still died. So I don't know, but this one will technically give us more survivability, I guess, because every time we crit, we're going to be healing, even if it is only 2%. And then it can do it every 6 seconds. So and we crit probably twice within 6 seconds with our current build because of our crit because of our agility, basically, because our crit, where where's our crit? Crit chance. So we're currently sitting at 28.5%. Um, yeah. So I mean, it's not like really high, but it's higher than some of the other classes, unless they're also like spec for crit and stuff like that. But I think this will probably be better. I think I'm going to end up doing that, taking this point out and putting it into this. But there's our 70th point. So it'll be exactly this. I'll have nothing in balance. I'll have these in restoration because I'm not going to change anything there. And then the only thing I'm going to change here is I'll take the point out of this and I'll put it into this. But that will be my build. Um, but yeah, let's oh, here's some of the where they at? Need a mailbox. Mailbox. Where's the mailbox? Over here. Some of the, like I said, some of the gems didn't sell, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect those because we're gonna go back and try to put some stuff in the auction house. So these, not that, these I bought for like a gold or maybe 2 gold or something like that, but they're selling for 13. These ones didn't sell, but I've sold other ones like this. And I was finding them on vendors. I don't remember what vendor I found this on, unfortunately. But it's kind of like the enchantment that I was doing in Moonglade. So I figure if I can buy these at 2 and then sell them for 13, then we can make a profit. This one didn't sell, but I did have other ones that sold. And then the Talasite here didn't sell, and these Stormy blue ones here didn't sell. Like I said, I cut 3 of them, so none of them sold, but people are also probably selling them, so they probably undercut me as soon as I put mine in there. So we're going to try to post those again. Um, I think I have. Or maybe they did sell. I might have other stuff in the auction house that I was hoping would sell, and it probably didn't. And if it didn't, then I'm probably just going to sell it to a vendor because um, posting it once cost me a lot of gold just to even put it in the auction house. And if it didn't sell, if I put it in there again, I'll already be negative. So if I sell it to a vendor, I'll at least still make a small profit, if that makes sense to you guys. So say I put something in there for 2 gold and I had to pay 1 gold just to even put it in there. But a vendor will buy it for like 2 or 3 gold, um, which they'll probably buy it for 3 because I'm not going to put. Well, no, the vendor will probably buy it for a little bit less than 2 because I'm not going to put something in there for 2 gold if that's the same price the vendor's buying it at. But yeah, so there's that, and then making the gold back. Obviously, I'm not going to put it back in there because if I put it back in there, I'm already at the 2 gold that it would sell for. So but here is everything that the last bit. So we get our rank 8 Mark of the Wild. We get our rank 5 Tranquility, a Shred, our Soothe Animal rank 4, Moonfire 12, Hurricane rank 4, and then Cyclone. This is the only new one. It's basically a CC, like a crowd control. Sorry if you don't know what a CC is. It's like a crowd control. It tells you right here. It tosses an enemy target into the air, preventing all action, but making them invulnerable for up to 6 seconds. Only one can only one target can be affected by your cyclone at a time. So basically, what happens is, say I'm targeting this guy, it'll pick him up in like a wind, like a little small tornado, and he'll just be kind of there floating. He won't be able to attack, but I also can't attack him. So it's just kind of like, hey, kind of put that guy in his place for 6 seconds while I deal with this character over here. So it's more like that's why it's called crowd control. Like if you want to basically stun one target while you're killing the other. It's basically what it is. So we're going to go ahead and learn all of these. That takes us down to 469. Excuse me, 469 gold. And then if I wanted to, like I said, I can unlearn the talents. I'm probably not going to do it right now because if I did do this, let me see, it should tell me. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to cost 10 gold just to do it. And then anything I have to buy back from this guy because it's going to unlearn like mango and stuff like that. So I'll have to rebuy it. So it's going to cost even more gold. So currently I'm not going to do it, but that is something that you may want to look at doing as far as if you're trying to follow my builds, which hopefully or not with how many times I've switched them. So if you are, hey, knock yourself out. If not, then do you, boo boo. do you. Here's our Cyclone. We can put that here. Let's see. We got our Cyclone, Hurricane, Soothe Animal. We just did. Shred should have updated. Let's just double check it there. Rank 7. Mark of the Wilds. Rank 8. That'll be here. Mark of the Wild. Rank 8. There is also a rank 3 to Gift of the Wild, but I think the book, you have to learn it through a book, and I think that book drops in a one of the dungeons. So I'll have to look into that, and I will let you guys know in the future, but I have not looked into it yet. And then we got our Tranquility, rank 5. There we go. And that is everything. Let's come over here and take a look at the vendor, which it's probably not here. I have not seen it since I started seeing people camp this guy, this NPC here. So, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's not here. I haven't seen any of them. So that is just kind of ridiculous if you ask me. You gonna target me, dude? No. The vendor's probably selling it right now. That's probably why he stood up. He probably started clicking on the thing. Oh, we can get rid of that buff. That was for a quest. I am going to keep the quest. I was going to just abandon the quest once I hit 70, but I am going to keep them. The main reason for that is because the quests are still going to give reputation for the different things you're doing. They're Netherstorm. It's mainly the consortium that you're getting quests or that you're doing the quest for, so you get reputation for that. On top of that, a lot of these quests, they will pay you a decent amount of gold. You can see there that one pays for 11. That one, another 11. 11. That's actually one for a dungeon. That one's 28. That's actually probably going to be well, I don't know if that's going to be the first dungeon. I might go back to Hellfire. Look at that, 20 gold there, and that's a normal quest. You just have to kill 30 of one thing, which I've already did, and then I have to do 30 of another thing, and you get 20 gold out of that. So it's real easy to make gold. You just need to keep questing. This this is where most people mess up, and I probably will too because I'm going to go back and do professions. But that is what people normally do: is they will abandon all the quests and they'll go back and they'll just focus on professions and they'll try to do gold that way. My suggestion is still do both, especially if you have your mining and jewel crafting like I do. You can see here there's some copper and stuff. Now copper is probably not selling for a lot, but and look at that tin. But right now, because everyone is in Outlands, all these nodes are probably ready to go. Like all the ones that you see in this area, a lot of these are probably ready to go because if there is anyone leveling mining, um, it's probably with a second character, and they're probably not staying here long anyway. Because like I said, it's a second character. They're probably just grabbing it and leaving. It's not like they have to stay around there too long because, like I said, everyone else is in Outland, so all these nodes are probably ready to go. Which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably come back with this character like we talked about. I will probably get all of those nodes. I'll probably look up and see how much like copper I need to smelt to get to whatever level, and keep going like that with my alt, which I have not even created yet. Um, but oops, sorry, I hit my mic. But I am going to also focus on getting my jewel crafting up to 375. I did hit 375 just a little while ago before hitting 70 with my mining. So that kind of sucks because we're going to kind of be backtracking here with the mining. But at the same time, I'm not going to drop this until the other character's at 375 mining. So it'll take a while before this guy even starts his leather working. Because I'm basically going to be leveling the other character. All the leather that I get, I will be holding on to. I'll just throw into the guild bank. Oh, that's another thing. I finally bought a tab for the guild bank, so it was 100 gold. I think the next one is like 200, which I will show you guys. But basically, I'm going to mine with this character, get as much of the copper, tin, and stuff like that as I need. I'm sure I can find online how much I need for each level, and then I would just throw it in the guild bank to use for the other guy. And then I have to work on leveling that guy, of course, which shouldn't take very long. I mean, this one was pretty quick. And with the other one, I will probably be able to do things a lot faster because I'm not going to be, well, not as much. I won't be getting attacked by the horde and stuff because a lot of the hordes are playing on their main characters and Outlands. And then on top of that, what I can do is I can actually park my high level character, this one that just hit 70. I can park him in whatever area I'm questing in with my low level. So if I do get attacked, I can jump on this character real quick, go over there, kill whoever's attacking me, and more than likely they'll leave me alone because the names are going to be similar. So they'll know, hey, that's either his alt or at least he's in a guild or something like that. Speaking of which, I do have to invite a third person to my guild in order to get my second character into the guild. So that's going to be a little iffy as well. But I'll figure all that out. So right now I am just putting this stuff in here that I plan on keeping. These I will, well, I think I need adamantite bars in order to make some of the stuff here. Some of this stuff, fell steel bar, adamantite. Yeah. So, because I want, like I said, I want to level this. Oh, actually, I need to go back and I need to talk to the jewel crafting trainer because I don't have, like, I had bought this stuff here as well. I learned this stuff right here from the black pearl up to this fell steel. They were all like that orangish yellowish color. And then I made a whole bunch of these, which actually sold very quick. Which I lost money doing it, but I mean, I still, like, I got quite a bit of levels out of them. I think I did like 10 or 15 or something like that. I don't remember. Um, we can throw these in here. These can go in here. Switch those so we can kind of keep them all together there. Some of this stuff is just going to go straight to a vendor. I have a food one in here somewhere. Can you stack those 20? Oh, okay, you can. This, mm, this. So the meat and stuff I'm keeping because I plan on. Keep in mind, I said plan. I plan on leveling the cooking too because I'm way behind in the cooking. However, I don't have recipes for any of this meat, and there might not be any recipes. I think there is at least for some of these, but I don't know because, like I said, I haven't leveled my cooking, so I'll have to find out with that. And then some of these items are just quest items here. Um, this here to restore 300 mana, 10 rage, or 20 energy does not work for druids. You can get 300 mana back, but it won't give you the rage or the energy because when you're in animal form, if you try to use it, you pop out to use it. Like it automatically forces you back into your night elf form. Um, some of these other things I'm gonna just sell to a vendor, like all this stuff that I'm putting down over here. That can go there. Those are all going to be, oh, not that. Those, all of those are going to be put back in the auction house. I have these, can't open them. What are they called? Rogues open those, but I haven't even talked to a rogue yet to see if I can find someone to help me open them. Yeah, I think that's it for now. And then I have all of the items that I have in the back of my bags here. So these items here, they're either marks that I can turn in to get gear, or they are things that I can turn in to get well, not that one. That's I can't remove diseases, so I kept this because it will help me remove diseases if I get a disease on my character. This is actually a jewel crafting thing, which I will eventually put in my, actually I can put it right there. I'll eventually put in my front bag whenever I get space there. Um, these pots, I don't normally use pots, but I have them, so I've been using them just to kill like elites in the quests and stuff like that. It's been a lot easier than trying to find someone to help me do it. We did lose a lot of stamina when we were doing a lot of the stuff that we were doing. Oh man, those prices dropped way down. No wonder they didn't sell. That sucks. I mean, I'll still make back what I paid for this one. I think I only paid 60 for it, so I'll get over a little over 60. But that sucks. All right, 3 stacks of one. Yes, there we go. Those should sell pretty quick because that's probably where it's stabling out at. This dropped in like by 3 gold, not too bad. That's that. This one, hopefully, didn't drop too much. That's still not too bad. The normal one, like I said, sells for like 4 or 5, I think it was. I don't remember. This probably dropped, which is probably why. Yeah, that's okay because, like I said, we're still making a profit on that too. And then that is everything. But yeah, so some of these items I can turn in for reputation. Like I said, this one here, this, it's just I held on to it just because I can't remove diseases, and I put it at the back so that I don't accidentally throw it away or anything. All the items in my last bag I usually keep. Anything else are either like quest items or like health items or stuff from my professions, or ones like this I'm just going to sell to a vendor. Speaking of which, vendor's back this way. Um, and then I will eventually work on just, well, I can't say just. I'm going to start doing some of the dungeons just because I do need better gear. I need to take a look and see what's going to be best in slot for my character. I don't know if I'm going to like fully max it out with like, oh, I 100% need this staff because it does 2 more damage than what I currently do. Like, I don't think I'm going to go that far, but I'll look for like what's best in slot. And if it's like a huge difference, then yeah, I'll probably go get it. But if it's like this ring here, well, no, not that ring because that ring sucks. Um, like these pants. These pants are good for my character, but I'm sure there's purple ones out there that I can get. Well, actually, there's purple ones for everything I get. The problem with the way that you do the quests in this game, it's not really a problem, but I think it's dumb the way that it's done. I just realized my character actually matches with all of his gear. I started getting like weird green items, like they have like hints of green. I don't even know if. Oh, I guess I don't have the feet anymore. I had green wraps on my feet too. But none of the shit was matching. I guess now it's a little bit better. But anyway, so like the problem with the game is the way that you have to get gear, and it's not necessarily. I mean, it's kind of the way they want you to do it. It's possible not to do it that way, but it's also more likely that you need a guild to not do it that way. What I'm referring to is basically the way the dungeons work. So you have, if we go in back and look at Outlands again, you start in Hellfire Peninsula, and then you go to either Terakar Forest or you go to Zangomarsh. Either one will do. I think we went to Zangomarsh, then we went to Terakar, then we did here. Um, then we went to Blade Edge Mountains, and then I did a little bit down here, like 1 or 2 quests here, just to discover some of the stuff. And then I did up here, or I'm doing up here currently, but I'll probably still end up going back to Shadow Moon Valley as well. But anyway, so the way that this works is because this is the first area you started, they have your Hellfire Citadel, your Hellfire Peninsula, or no, I think that's the name of the whole area. And then you have, I think there's 3 here though. Like there's 2 in one of these, and then you have your Magtheridon's lair. Um, there's like 3 phases to this basically. What I mean is the way that the game wants you to do it and the way that everybody expects you to do it, which you can do it the other way, and I'll explain that too. But the way that the game wants you to do it is they want you to come here. They want you to do the quests in the Hellfire Citadel because it's 58 to 70. So they want you to do the quests in there in that dungeon. They want you to run the dungeon as much as possible. Get your reputation up for honor hold, which is in that area. And every time you go into Hellfire Citadel, it gives you honor for killing stuff in there towards honor hold. And then once you do that, you can't do Magtheridon's lair because it's level 70. So basically, you have to start going to the other areas, doing the questing there, doing the dungeons there, and then eventually once you hit 70, you come back here. So it's kind of like a rotating thing. But on top of that, the way that the people in the game want you to do it, and it's kind of the way the game is set up, they want you to have all the best gear that you can have from Hellfire Citadel first before you go to ones like this, which it's not that much of a difference. 58 to 70 for Hellfire Citadel, and then 61 to 70 for Coilfang Reservoir, which I think there's a couple in there as well. Um, but basically, like say Hellfire Citadel gives you, as a druid, it gives you like a shoulder piece, and it's like a purple shoulder piece, and it's really good for you. That's great. However, you can probably do this one without having that one shoulder piece. But if you come over here, people are going to be like, oh no, you don't have the shoulder piece. You're not going to do enough damage. We don't want you. Like, that's literally how people are. They're real petty about it. Even if everyone's going to survive, they just want to go through and they want to run the dungeon as fast as possible. And it's like, dude, let me just skip the shoulder pieces and just go with you guys. Um, and like I said, if you're in a guild, more than likely they'll be like, we can do this, we got this, and they're not going to worry about you getting a shoulder piece. However, for me, someone who's not in a guild or I'm in my own guild, what they want you to do is they want you to have all the previous pieces, even if it's like a real slight upgrade and it's not much that it's really going to help you. They still want you to have that because if not, you're not going to be outputting the damage that you need to be able to help them inside the new raid and stuff like that. So, which I will probably go back and do the other ones anyway because, like I said, they do give you reputation. I need the reputation, so it's going to be a reputation grind. It's going to be a dungeon grind for me. But the main goal, actually, I can't show you guys here. Let me just show you the bank real quick, the guild bank. So here's the guild bank. Like I said, I bought the first one. I put this little symbol in there. I named it mining. So all the mining stuff that I start getting, well, not start getting. When I go back with this character, I start getting all the copper, the tin, stuff like that for the second character. I'm going to put it in here, and this whole thing here I can use. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So whatever 14 times 7 is, that's how much bag space you get per tab. The first tab cost me 100 gold. This one's going to be 250. I think the next one is 500. I think it basically like kind of doubles every time, and I think you can buy like up to 6 of them or something like that. And if you have a guild the way that I do, I think actually, you know what? This game might not let you do it. Yes, I bought this yesterday. I don't know if this game lets you do it or not. In other games, mm, what they allow you to do is they will allow you to tax your players that are in the guild. Um, yes, I don't think you can do it in here. I wish they did though. Even if it's like 1 copper a day or something like that. Basically, the way it works in other games is like when you have a guild, you can literally be like, "Hey, every kill that you do, one copper from that kill automatically goes into the guild bank." And it would be a really easy way to build up the amount of gold that's in your guild bank. But it looks like that it doesn't work that way in this one, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. It would just be easier to do it that way. But yeah, so level 70, we got it. Um, I need to start doing reputation grinds. I need to go get better gear because I'm going to be expected to have better gear, especially once they open up Karazhan, which I don't think is open yet. Karazhan is. Where is Karazhan? Is it over here? Um, where's Karazhan? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Karazhan, level 70. So I don't. Maybe it is open. They have a quest there. Hmm, I don't know. I might have to go and look at that because I think some of those are probably there's a prerequisite that you have to be able to get into Karazhan. But Karazhan I think is like the very end of the current phase that we're in. So you do have to have at least decent gear in there. Um, if I remember correctly, now would be a good time to be a leather worker because they have I think it's 2 items. There's like a fire helm and another item. Where am I going? Oh, I can just hearth. There's like a fire helm that leather workers can make, and there is, I think, a cape that can be made by leather workers. And I think you need those in Karazhan. Maybe I'm thinking of something else though. Oh, you know what? I might be thinking of Onyxia because everyone wants you to have fire resist with Onyxia. I don't think you do need that in Karazhan. I mean, there is a dragon in there, but I don't know. I don't fucking remember, guys. I'm sorry for cussing and for for not remembering. Let's go back over here. I just want to see something real quick. Ah, one of these days I'll make that jump. One of them. All right, let me see here. Helm, fire, fire, helm, um, helm. I think it's at least blue. That's not it. Lionheart, that's not it. Um, it's neither one of those. What is that? No, that's why I never heard of it. It's a plate item. Uh, Geez, a lot of people selling this wolf shed thing. A lot of people, even at 70, will use this just for the extra 20 energy, going into cat form. But oh, here it is, Helm of Fire. Yeah, see, they're selling for about 50 right now, and it's actually not. Mine is still better, but it's not that far off. But then again, mine is also green. But yeah, you can see this is level 45 item. I think, I think this is more for Nixia, not for Karazhan. I honestly don't remember though. Is there another one that I'm thinking of? I don't think so. See, and another thing that I could do is I could technically just come in here. I could go to, oh, not recipe. I could go to weapons. I could look for two-handed maces or staves, either one. I could do search, and I could try to find a better item than what I currently have. But especially ones like these purple ones, are, as you can see, they're going to cost a lot. So that right there, way better than what I have. However, I don't have 2,100 gold to just fucking buy that. Now this drops in a dungeon. Whoever this person is, they were lucky enough to get it, and they either didn't need it or maybe they already have it or something like that. So basically, they're just selling it, and obviously they're trying to get a profit off that, which I would too. Um, this is a someone's alt character too. They're using it as like their bank character. But yeah, this is a Staff of Jordan that I was telling you guys about. This drops in um, Fairless. It is only a level 35 item, but it is a damn good 35 item, as you can see. The cheapest one in here for the Staff of Jordan is 235 gold. Warden staff was also good, but yeah, I would say I think it's a little bit less. That's a tank item for druids. But yeah, this is something I should probably start looking at trying to get. However, I don't know where it drops. And those are all of the items, all the staff items. What about bases here? And see, the problem is, like I said, none of these I'll be able to buy. But what I can do is I can at least do some research here. So yeah, those are all the purple ones there. So right now, the best item for me is probably going to be this. I just need to find out where it drops, go farm that dungeon, and go from there. However, like I said, if it drops in Karazhan, I can't do anything about it. Like I have to do all the previous dungeons. Karazhan does have like a prerequisite that you have to do. There's like an attunement thing you have to do for it. So I'll have to go and do that too. Um, but this is basically what I'm going to be working towards, and it's going to take forever. I can also come in here. I can look for leather. So if I need a new headpiece, once again, you still want to at least leave it on the purple, and you can try to find a good headpiece in here. So like that right there, amazing. I could buy that right now. I'm not going to spend that kind of gold on it, but I could if I wanted to. That actually helps a lot. That's a massive amount of agility. The stamina is great on it. Better armor than what I have, and then on top of that, it gives me extra attack power, and it helps me with detecting stealth. But just because I seen that one first doesn't mean that that's the best one for me. So I need to look at all of these, like that, or where to go. This one. So that's 45 agility. That one's 37, but it also has hit rating. So this would technically be better for PvP. It still has high agility on it, but that hit rating is what you want for PvP. So it just depends on like how you want to play your character and stuff like that. And then, like I said, what I can do is I can go and Google these items or look at I think it's called wowhead.com. I can look on there and see about trying to find out where those items are located. This molten belt, I think is I would say it's made from leatherworking. It says right there, leatherworking 300. This actually sells for a lot too. Has the fire resistance that you're looking for like I said, I think Onyxia. Actually, this is a level 60 item. So is Onyxia 60? I thought it was like 50 something. I'm sure it helps either way. But yeah, I mean, this is selling for 112. So, like I said, leatherworking is a good way to make money too. But I'm not even looking at it for that. I'm just looking at it for trying to find a better item for my character. So I just need to figure out which items are good for me, if there's any in here, and then I need to figure out where those items drop. Jesus Christ. Frost resistance. Is there a dungeon that needs frost resistance? I don't even remember that. Hmm. Those are pretty nice. Jesus Christ, that must not drop from a dungeon. No, leatherworking 365. Holy shit. I don't know if I've ever had the recipe to make that. The recipe probably drops from a dungeon. Anyway, so I was just looking at that. So let's go here, and I want to show you guys one more thing, and then we'll call it. So we're gonna Hearth. We're gonna go to Shathrat City. I did finally hit what is it? Friendly, I think. Like I'm close to honor, I think, but I'm honored. Um, but I think we at least hit friendly with the scryers here, so they're a little bit friendly with us. We can come over here. I do have a couple items to turn in, so I can turn in these rings to them, and I can also turn in this arcane tome. I did buy some of these arcane tomes. You can see there they were only selling for 8 gold, so that's where a lot of my money went to. But we can come here. We can do these. It does 10 at a time.
Remember the sun well. Time is of
So
the
we can do
essence.
3 of these
Stay the
because I think we had
course.
38, 34.
Salama
And then after that,
Asharanore.
now we can do the single ones
Farewell.
here.
Hold your head high. Anu Valori Delanar. Stay the course.
And
Time is
these
of
you
the
just
essence.
get from
Salama
questing in
Asharanore.
Netherstorm. Well, not even questing. You kill stuff over in Netherstorm, and you'll get these
Remember the
rings.
sun well.
There's also some other things that drop in Netherstorm. For the Aldor, what I like to do, and that's what I did this time, is I had 16 of those for the Aldor. And if you turn those into the Aldor, it'll make your reputation with the Scryers go down. You don't want to do that. So what I did is I messaged the general chat in Netherstorm, and I'm like, "Hey, does anyone have 16 of those Sunfear signets that I was just turning in?" I was like, "Do you guys have 16 of the Sunfear signets?" And I'll give you 16 of the Kelthis, whatever they're called. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I have exactly 16." I'm like, "Hey, you want to trade these?" And I'll ask them, like, I'll when I ask, I'll say, does anyone that's building reputation with Aldor, do you have Sun for your signets? Because they're going to sell them anyway, or they're going to trash them. Because it'll do the same thing. If they turn those into the scryers, it'll make their Aldor reputation go down, and they don't want that. So it's easy to trade off with those. This is a just a complete quest. And then, of course, we have our Arcane Tome, which is this thing here. You turn it in, you get a little bit of reputation, which I think it'll be 250. You'll see it down here. And then they're also giving Arcane Runes. So we can complete that, 350. And see, every time your reputation with the Scryers goes up, the one with Aldor goes down. So 350 for Scryers, 385 for decrease for Aldors. And it's, like I said, it's the opposite the other way around. So if you're building reputation with the Aldor, the more you build reputation with the Aldor, the lower your Scryer one is going to be. But what this does is you can then come down to where the bank is, the Scryer bank, or if you're Aldor, you can go to the Aldor bank. So let's go check that out. Whoops. Guess I wasn't all the way outside. This is a Scryer bank right here, this building. And then the Aldor one is over on that side because that's the Aldor tower up over there. So come in here to the scryers, you have your bank guy here and here, and then you have your guild bank up over there and up over there. But you want to talk to these two people. So there's these guys here, and then there's these guys here. So you can open this up. This will give you inscriptions to put on your shoulder piece, which I'm not going to buy these because I don't want to waste the arcane runes that I do have. I have 13 of them. And these ones here cost 8. I will end up getting, I think it's this one, crit and attack power. Yeah, so I'll get this, but I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to wait until I get a really good shoulder piece. Because more than likely, when I start doing quests and dungeons, this is going to get replaced very quickly. So I'm not going to put this enchant on there. I might do maybe this one or something just to have, excuse me, sorry, some extra bonus stats on there just to help me in the dungeons, but I'm not going to focus on it too much. And then you have this guy here who, when you're building up your reputation, you can start buying items like this. So eventually I will get some of these. Um, like those would technically be good for me, even though they don't have agility. Actually, yeah, those are leather. I was say because these are plate. It threw me off. Um, Probably not that. No, some leather working stuff there. The ring? No. Yeah, so mainly it's for the jewel crafting and probably the pants. I think I can get some better pants somewhere else, honestly. But so here it's going to be mainly for the jewel crafting that I have, which it looks like these guys have a lot of leather working. So eventually I'll get the leather working stuff too. But I already bought these two, as you can see there, already known. And then blacksmithing, leather working, tailoring, leather working, jewel crafting. So there's one. It's for a neck piece that I probably won't use. Um, but I can sell that. That doesn't bind on equip or bind on pickup, I mean. And then the rest looks like leatherworking, honestly. Yeah, so I'll eventually pick up the leatherworking. But I'm still gonna get their reputation. I'm just not gonna focus on it because, as you can see, I don't really need too much from them.
Time is of the essence.
I think right now the main two that I need to focus on is the consortium, which they're mainly in Netherstorm and the Grand. And then I think there's someone over in uh, Blade Edge Mountains, and then there is also there. I don't know how much stuff they have, but I need a key from these guys. The lower city. So this is Shatterat City up here. I mean, technically all of it's Shatterat City, but like from this layer that I'm standing on here, this is like the upper city of Shatterat City, the Terrace of Light, and then down there is Lower City. And Lower City, you actually get reputation by turning in these feathers down here, which you can only do like 30 feathers at a time. Now, you can technically buy these in the auction house too, but it's going to take you a lot of feathers to get where you want to be. And some of them, like if it's stuff that is sold in the auction house, some of the, like I wouldn't just go and just buy as many as you want. Google it first because some of them will only let you get to a certain reputation. Like they might only let you get to friendly with turning in certain items. And then the other ones you want are probably going to be like ones that are soul bound, like these arcane ruins or something else, like these this powder here. But somewhere here, there he is. I'll say there's a guy that lets you turn in the feathers, but you have to do 30 at a time. Yeah, and then you turn them in. He'll give you a reputation, and then you'll find a rep vendor for Lower City somewhere. Hmm, where is the rep vendor? It's usually they usually have the name, and then it'll say like quartermaster or something like that. So it'll be like the name of the character, and then it'll say quartermaster. I could have swore he was up in those trees too. He might be over here though, I guess. Oh, there he is. Nope, that's a fish merchant. It's not this guy, is it? Master cooking. Hey, you have daily quests. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Once you hit 70, you get daily quests for cooking, fishing, and something else, I think. I forgot all about this. I probably can't do any of this stuff. Ask you to cook up some spiritual soup. And he gives me items. Yeah, see, I can't even make spiritual soup right now. Where the hell's this vendor at? Um, I swear I saw a bag when I highlighted that character. This ain't it, but I was just looking here. See, that's interesting. That one, you buy it for 4, and right now it's selling for 9. That's also really interesting. I don't think that would sell for 35 gold. They might have it in the auction house for 35 gold, but it's just a white smoke flare. I doubt that's selling for 35 gold. I don't think they're in there. Where the hell is it this big guy? No, these are also dailies. Is this for the consortium? What is this? Oh, badges of justice, really? Where? Ah, okay, it is a dungeon. So yeah, these let you get the badges of justice. Which I think I explained that to you guys. We're not gonna mess with that right now. I don't know what that is. A lot of this stuff I need to come back and look at later. Might have to actually ask in chat where the hell this guy is. I don't think I've seen this arena vendor before. Does he have anything on him? No. Some of the arena vendors have started getting stuff on them. There's one in Blade Edge Mountains up here by, where's it at? It's a ring. It's here. Not the outpost. Circle of Blood? I think it's here. There's a vendor here that actually has arena stuff on him right now. But we I didn't cut that out, I'm sorry. But we don't have access to the arena yet. So nothing I can do about it just yet. Other working trade goods.
I buy and trade.
He's got a quest for me, which he didn't have before. That's tailoring. I think we looked at all these guys before. Amazing amulets.
How you do it, man?
I thought it said animals. Yeah, we're not buying any of that shit. Those are all red herring items. I don't know what this is. Circle of Blood. Hey, that's what we were just talking about. 2 gold. Sure, I can do that to go visit him. Engineering. Chanting. Fruit cellar. Cooking supplies.
Good day to you.
Cook.
See you around. For the Alliance.
There we go. Lower City Quartermaster. Hey, look, I can buy a thing. So basically, what the main thing, I mean, there is stuff like this for jewel crafting, which I'll go ahead and buy that. There is stuff like that that you want, but the main thing you want out of here is this key here. This key, you can see there it says unlocks access to heroic mode for ultra dungeons. Probably not saying that right, but that is basically a dungeon that you can go and you can do the heroic mode for. And then once you do the heroic mode, you can come back. Well, I mean, you could just do the heroic mode in general, and you'll get things like we were just looking at, like the badges of justice and stuff like that. And then eventually, while you're doing that, or even turning in the feathers, like I was talking about, you get reputation with the lower city, and then you can come and you can actually buy this stuff. So where'd it go? This helmet right here. This looks like a PvP item for. I mean, it's lower level because it's blue. It's not purple, but it's still a really good helmet for a druid. You can see there the class is specifically druid. There's no other class that can wear this. So, and you can also see that they also have other dragonhide items. Now, those other dragonhide items might not come from this vendor. They might, but I don't think so. Now, those are wormhide. Those are kodohide. So you'll have to find out where those other items are sold, and you basically have to build reputation with them too. But that's the problem with this that I was talking about. So we need to build reputation with the lower city. In the Grand, you have the consortium. You also have, I think, the Kurenai or something like that. In fact, if you come here, you look at reputation, and you look at Outland. Where'd Outland go? Outland, you have Cernarian Expedition, you have Honorhold, the Kurenai, Sporgar. I don't think they really have any good gear, but the rest of these do. The Consortium, and then you also do have Shattrath City. So you have your lower city, you have the Shatar, you have the Scryers, or the Aldor. Aldor, I wasn't really going to say, but I mean, technically, if you're doing it with Aldor, then you'll get reputation with them too. But those quests over there that we were talking about that give you badges of justice, you can do those daily. You can get 2 from that, and then every time you kill a boss, you also get 1 just from killing the boss, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But what you do with the badges of justice, like we talked about before, I believe I found the vendor who is in here, and they are. Is it this guy? No, this guy over here. This the Shatar, the Garrus, whatever his name is. You come over here to him, and this is where you use your badges of justice. And you can see you need 50 for like weapons and stuff, 25 for some of the weaker stuff. But this is where you can get like really good items, you can get really good gear, but this is all end game stuff. And this is basically how it works. Instead of you getting the gear inside of the dungeon, which don't get me wrong, some of the dungeons still drop good gear, but for the most part, instead of you getting the gear inside the dungeons, you'll just get the badges of justice, so people aren't fighting over them. And I believe everyone automatically gets the badge of justice. And then what happens is they can then come here and they can decide, hey, do I want these boots or do I want the boots that are over here? And they pick whatever it is they want to spend their badges of justice on. But this is basically like the end game gear here. Yeah, this is like the end game gear. So, I mean, it just depends on you. But it also depends on, like we talked about, whether you are doing PvP or not. Because if you're doing PvP, these PvE items will definitely help you. But now that you're in the Outlands, you're going to want stuff that is focused on resilience, so that you're not getting crit as much, so that they're missing you more often. And then you also want hit rating because you want to be the one that's landing your hits on them. So you'll want to build up your hit rating and then your resilience. But it still depends on the type of person you want to be, because like with me, I'd rather build up as much hit rating as possible and not even worry about my resilience. So that means they're going to be able to hit me back, but I'm going to be hitting them a lot more because I'll have hit rating up. So it's kind of hit and miss, honestly, with the stats you want to build. And my suggestion, like, don't take my word for it, because I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go and look at
and your hardships few.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see which one to fly to there.
Each day,
What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go and I want you guys to look up the builds yourself, because like I said, for one, it's going to depend on your play style. Where I'm going to be building hit rating, someone else should be like, no, you should get nothing but resilience. Or some people might even say you should go for expertise, which expertise also does help. You can see there it reduces a chance to be dodged or parried. Right now, mine is like I automatically get an 18 with my character. I think that's just for being a druid. I don't know if it changes in my animal form. Some of these do change in animal form. And then my gear, evidently, one of my pieces of gear probably has 4 on it. That's why I have that +4. So some people will tell you to get this instead of going for the resilience. The resilience, I think, is more focused on being critted, reduce periodical damage and chance of being critically hit. Yeah. So if you don't want to be critted a lot, you can get this, which I mean it helps. Like I'm not saying it doesn't. And I mean you can focus on all of them if you want. The worst part about this is all the different things you have to focus on, and you have to find that good balance. It's like playing rock paper scissors with whoever you're fighting against. If you have hit rating, but you don't have resilience, great. You're going to be hitting them a lot, but you're also going to be getting crit a lot. So if you're squishy, you might not want to do that. Like I probably don't want to do it, but I have my bear form, which is why I don't really care. Because I can go bear, I can heal in bear, and I'm not really worried about it. Um, if you're rogue, you might not want to worry about it because you can always vanish unless they put the like the fairy fire or something like that on you to where you can't vanish, or they put a dot on you to where every time you're going to get dot, it's going to you're going to come out of your invisibility anyway. So it just depends. Um, if you want to go the other way around and you want to do nothing but resilience, that's great. They're not going to be critting you. But if you focus so much on resilience and you put nothing into your hit rating, are you even going to be able to do enough damage to them before they kill you? Because, yeah, you're not getting crit, but they're still doing normal damage where you can't even land a blow. So, like I said, it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors thing. Um, and the way that works, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the gear. I don't have any gear on me myself, but there's gear that has the sockets on it, and those sockets will then be socketed with the gems. So, like this here, if you are looking to increase your crit and your attack power, you'll want the Wicked Noble Topaz gems, so that you can socket those and put them in your gear. That's why these sell for so much, because a lot of people are looking for all the gems to be able to socket their gear at the higher levels. Tanks are going to want this 8+ dodge rating. They don't care about resilience. They're not doing PvP. They don't care about they'll probably care about their hit rating, because again, with hit rating, I think that also works with like the bosses and stuff. If you don't have a certain hit rating, you're not even going to land a blow on the bosses. So keep that in mind as well. But there's like I said, there's a lot of different things that people want to focus on and everything, and it's going to depend on how you build your character versus how they build theirs. It's not always going to come down to, oh, I was better than that guy, I was worse than that guy. You guys could literally have the same exact gear and it's not going to matter, because one of you has hit rating, one of you has resilience, or one of you has resilience and one of you has expertise, or vice versa. Like, it's going to come down to who socketed what, whose hit rating is higher, whose resilience is higher. I mean, and you could try to balance it all out, but I would not go for that. If anything, what you could do is you could go in there and you could look at what's popular. So if hit rating's popular, maybe you don't want to go for hit rating yourself. Maybe you want to go for that resilience, because if their hit rating is high, but your resilience is higher, they're still going to be missing a lot. They're not going to be critting you as much. They're still going to be landing their hits, but they're not going to be critting you. So, like I said, it just depends. Like, that's why at this point it's not. I mean, it's still skill based to a certain extent, but not as much as before the Burning Crusade. I'll probably do all those later. But let me come over here, since this is the Ring of Blood here, or the Circle of Blood. The vendor's on the other side. I don't think I can fly over this. I think it'll take me out of the form, which is why I didn't fly up over it. Oh, and I still can't get the epic flight form. That comes with, I think it's like phase 3 or 4. So once that happens, I will do a video on getting the epic flight form for druids. But for now, we're gonna have to hold off on that. This guy right here, yeah, I think it's this one. So this one actually has the arena stuff here, and you can see it costs arena points, which they're actually not much. However, you see these ones up here that are red. So these ones are grayed out because I don't have the points for it, because obviously, like I said, arena's not out yet, so you have 0 arena points no matter what. However, your shoulders are going to be red and the weapons are going to be red. And the reason for that, which I personally think is kind of dumb, but I also kind of get it. So the way that this works is when you're doing the arena, you'll have your arena points, and you'll also get an arena rating. So basically, when you're getting the arena points, you'll be able to buy all of these items that are like grayed out here. The ones that just have, I mean, they're like, you can see them. They're not red like this, but you can see like this is grayed out, but you can still like highlight the items. So for me, I'm going to want something like this, the dragon hide items. So I'll get this, I'll get this, I'll get this, I'll get this, and all of these are going to be great. Is it the dragon hide that I want? Yeah, because that's for either a caster or a healer, and then Kodo hide is caster and healer. Worm hide is for caster. Kodo hide is for healer. Yeah, so dragon hide is for, it's going to be for your tanks and your DPS. And then there you can see the sockets. You see a meta socket here, and you see a yellow socket. So that means you can get a meta gem, which I don't have any of those yet, and then you can also get yellow gem, which is the Dawnstone gems that we were looking at. So, so if we look at the Dawnstone, you'll be able to socket, one of these things here, depending on whatever you have. So that's probably the one I'll go with, hit rating. But I was gonna say, I think there's also crit here too. I also might want to get crit. So it just depends. And these are so good items. They're PvP items. They have resilience. You can see there when you get a two set, you get a bonus of 35 resilience rating. So you'll automatically get some resilience from these items, and you'll automatically get like other things you need. Like some of them will have hit percent already on it and stuff like that. But for the most part, these are going to have resilience because they're PvP items. So that's why when I socket, I'm going to be focused on either doing damage or getting more hit rating because most of the gear is already going to have resilience on it. But like I said, these are PvP items, but they will also work inside of PvE. So like if you're going and you're doing dungeons, you have this gear, no one's going to be like, ew, you have PvP items, like you're not going to be able to do it in here. You'll still output quite a bit. But with the red items here, so if you highlight this, you can see here it requires a personal and a team arena rating of 2000. This is what I don't like about it, because if you don't have a set person that you're going with, if we look at the PvP stuff again real quick. So you have for the arenas, you have 2v2, you have 3v3, and 5v5. In any one of these, it doesn't matter which one, but in any one of these, whether it's 2v2, 3v3, or 5v5, you have to have a personal rating and a team rating of 2000, which those ratings will start popping up once you do, I think it's like 10 battles. You'll have your weekly rating because it does reset every week. So I think, pretty sure it does. But you'll have a weekly rating. Once you get 2000, that's when you can buy this. Even if you have the arena points here, even if you have the 1245, they will not let you purchase this unless you have a personal rating and a team rating of 2000. And then for the weapons, I'm pretty sure it's higher. I don't know, it's lower for the weapons. So 1700. So you'll get your weapon. The shoulders will be the last piece that you can get. And if you never get that personal rating and that team rating, you will never get these shoulders. The only way that this will work to where you can get these shoulders is what starts happening is like this is all season 1 gear. Season 1 isn't out yet, which is why there's no arena stuff here yet. You can't do arenas at the moment. But when season 1 happens, all this gear will be available. You'll start getting your arena points. You'll start getting your rating. And if you never get 2000, you never get 1700, you won't get either one of those items. However, when season 2 starts, season 1 items, your season 1 shoulders and your season 1 weapons will no longer need that personal rating and team rating of 1700 or the 2000. So then if you have the arena points, you can come back and you can get these to kind of help you prepare for season 2. But season 2 will then have a whole new set of gear. So it kind of sucks, but it kind of makes sense at the same time. The thing that I don't like about it is, and I'm not saying I was great, because like I told you guys many times, I suck at this game. However, I also didn't like that on times when I was doing good, we usually ended up losing because most of the time I play like I'm playing now. I'm not in a guild. I don't have like a set team that I would play with or anything. Most people would just want to do their 10 battles and then just stop, because once you do your 10 battles for the week, whatever your rating is, that's your rating for the week, and that's it. So they would try to do 10 battles, and the way that it works is the more battles you win out of the 10, like that's the higher your rating is. I think you can get a max of like 3,000 or something like that. I don't remember the maxed out rating, but there is a max rating that you can get. But what would happen is some of the people would just go in there and they would just fucking lay down. Like they literally would not try because they're not going for their shoulders yet. They're not going for their weapon yet. So when you go in there with them, even if they're good and even if they could have won, they won't fucking win because I don't know if Horde is like this, but in my opinion, the Alliance is really bad with PvP. Like even when you're doing the battlegrounds, I think I talked to you guys about this. They want to go in there and they're like, "Hey, everybody, let's just lose. That way, it's over quick. We get our small amount of honor, we get our mark, and we can go. And then we can do it in the next one and the next one, and we'll get it fast." The problem is when you do that, you're also getting the Horde to get their marks 3 times as fast. They're getting their honor 3 times as fast. So that's why Alliance always fucking sucks at PvP because they're always fucking going in there and they're expecting to lose. They're wanting to lose just to get it done fast. The problem is you're helping the Horde do theirs 3 times as fast. And from my understanding, I don't know how true this is. Someone said it the other day. The Horde on this server are way more highly populated than the Alliance. And this is the only PvP server that is for the Burning Crusade. Yeah, because I think they got rid of the other one. So the Night Slayer, I think it is the only PvP server for the Burning Crusade for the Anniversary Edition. So right now, Alliance fucking sucks, and it's because they do shit like that. They'll go into a battleground. They'll go when the arenas open up. Do the same thing in there because they'll just want to go in there. They'll want to get their arena points just so they can buy the earlier pieces, the head, the head, the pants, the boot, basically everything except the shoulders and the weapon. And the problem with that is, yeah, you're getting those pieces fast. However, you also just gave instant access to the Horde that you fought to their shoulder pieces earlier than you're going to get yours. Because by the time that you go back in there and you're like, okay, now I'm going to try because now I need to have that 2,000 rating for the shoulders. The fact that you went in there and you lost however many times to get your other pieces, the Horde already have their shoulders because when you went in there and lost, they won every time and they already got their 2,000 rating. They've had it for a long time now. So they already have their weapon, they already have their shoulders, and now you're trying to go back in and play catch up. And it doesn't fucking work that way. So it's just stupid in my opinion, the way that the game is played. Or the way that people play the game, I should say, not the way the game is played. But yeah, that's basically everything that's going on. Like I said, I am going to finish up questing here in Netherstorm because they are giving good money for the quests. I will still do some of the. Oh shit! I didn't even take that other stuff. I will still do some of the other stuff I was doing with buying some adamantite ore and reselling the stuff. That way, I can hopefully get some money back. Because the last thing that I need to do now as well is start buying the the flying skill, like the riding mount, the flying mount skills. The first one is 1,000. No, I take that back. The first one is 800, and I didn't buy it because I didn't need it when I got my my bird form. So I'm just going to keep using the bird form for a while. But I do think that when I need my epic flying form, that I do have to buy that riding skill form, or the riding skill, I should say. Which, if not, maybe not, but I'll Google it. Either way, if this ends up going to Wrath of the Lich King, I know you do need it in Wrath of the Lich King. And at that point, if I wait that long, because Wrath of the Lich King, that one, it's still a flying thing, but it is a cold weather flying thing. And for the cold weather flying thing, you have to have the previous ones. So I will probably end up buying them anyway. But it's just going to depend on whatever, um, as far as whether I need it right this minute or not, and whether I need it for the epic flying form. And then the other thing is. Now that I do have the flying form, it's going to be a lot easier for me to fly around in areas like this because this area is really good with like adamantite and stuff. And like I said, my mining is maxed out. And then I will also occasionally, I'll probably give you guys updates on this character, but it will be for the other characters. So I'll probably give you guys updates saying, hey, my other druid is level 10. He's this level leatherworking. He's this level mining or whatever. And then, like I said, once I get that other character to 375 mining, that's when I'll drop this mining. But for now, I'm not going to drop this one before getting the other one at 375. So the other one will probably hit 70 or be close to 70 by the time I end up dropping it with this one. And then I'll pick up leatherworking and go from there. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll do it to like at least 300 or 325. Whenever you can do at least adamantite, like even if it's not the rich veins, if I can at least get adamantite, maybe that's when I'll drop it because I don't really need the corium or anything at the moment. I think corium is more for same thing with what was that other thing, Eternium or something like that. I think those are more needed for blacksmithing, so I don't think I'll really need it. And then because I do want to try to get leather working as soon as possible with this one. But yeah, I'll go from there. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Sorry that I'm way behind on all the videos. I've been at this point in time, I've been trying to put them out daily. I had one today. I'll have another one tomorrow. Well, technically it's already tomorrow. But I will have another one. Today's date is the 16th of February. And I'll try to start putting them out daily, or I will try to start putting them out two per day. It just depends. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comments section. If you guys have any advice for me, because like I said, I do suck at the game. I'm just trying to do what I can do, and I'm just enjoying it. Like even though I get ganked every now and then from a random horde while I'm trying to do questing or something, I don't really have to worry about that anymore. I'm probably going to go back myself and kill some of those low people. The cycle continues. That's basically what happens is like it's the first people who hit 70 that started it because what they did is they went back and they started killing lower levels. So now that I hit 70, I'm going to go back and I'm going to kill some horde lower levels because I suck at doing 1v1 against another 70. That's not true. I mean, I have gotten some kills at the same level, but for the most part, especially with me not doing dungeons and stuff, it is going to get worse and worse until I start getting the gear from the dungeons. But yeah, I also need to work up to getting to like the 70 dungeons I can do now. I can probably do them fine as long as I can find someone to run them with, which shouldn't be too hard. However, the heroics, that's where people can be like, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, we don't want you, blah, blah, blah. And then there's also going to be attunements that I need to do anyway, so yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. If you like, you can join, basically become a member, 99 cents a month. That is completely up to you. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, what am I hearing? Oh, there you are. Shit. And you aggroed on me. Oh, please don't fucking kill me. He's going to two-shot me. You got another fireball coming or no? No. I was going to say, I hear the wings, but I don't see him. I thought he was up higher. I came over here to see if this adamantite was here, which it's not. But yeah, so it's going to be easier for me to fly around and just look for adamantite, or I can literally just fly around the edges and stuff and go from there. But thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your days, whether it's a weekend, weekday, whatever. Enjoy all of it. And be good to yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Treat yourselves. Do all the stuff for yourself. Don't worry about anyone else. Bye-bye.